Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back to the Mango Grow for your daily Bitcoin USD analysis video. Bitcoin chopping a lot of people up, moving down, pumping up, pumping down. What do? Should you long? Should you short? In my opinion, it's time to be patient. I've said it once, I've said it twice, but I'm tired of banging my head against the wall. Switching on over to the daily, you can see that Bitcoin isn't doing all that much, but for some reason, people want to give away their Bitcoin. People want to give away their hard-earned money. And hey, the market will gladly take it away from you. Now, I have mentioned that I am long, uncomfortably so, and I will be explaining my mindset today. Let's go ahead and do a quick run through of the dashboard, since I did get a few requests on that over the past couple of days. People were like, hey Sean, you're not showing the dashboard. We really enjoy the dashboard. And hey guys, the dashboard is free for you guys to access. You guys can go ahead and access. Yes, all the time frames aren't available, but if you guys are only doing this as a hobby or trading casually, the 2-day time frame is completely available for you guys. And yeah, the 2-day time frame has flipped long too. So has the daily time frame. So has the 12-hour time frame 2 days ago, by the way, and the 4-hour time frame, I do believe. Yeah, so pretty much long on all time frames, and this was all at least a day ago, around 24 hours ago, that Bitcoin flipped long across all time frames. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that I am staying in my position. Another reason is it on this tab? I have too many tabs open right now. Maybe this one over here. Yeah, so the Mango Research, the Mango Vine 12-hour is still long, guys. In fact, this entire time it's been saying accumulate longs on all these wicks over here. You could have been looking for buy opportunities this morning, in fact, too, on that dip down, even though it looked shaky, especially on the 4-hour time frame, etc. That the the 12-hour Vine was saying buy. And I do want to spend a little time talking about this. Somebody messaged me right after yesterday's video saying, Sean, you said that you are long, but at the same time you are leaning towards the downside. Could you explain that? Just because I feel that we're going to take a direction doesn't mean I'm going to trade it in that direction, right? I have rules that I follow, and sometimes my rules are keeping me in a trade that I am uncomfortable with. And you guys know, who have been following me for a long time, that a lot of times those rules keep me in winning trades, massively winning trades, right? So this could be a good example where I am not, I'm leaning towards the downside, but hey, maybe we break to the upside, right? So what are my rules? To put it simply, my rules are set up in such a way that, hey, Sean, you know what? We may break down over here. But if we do break up, you want to be in this trade. You want to be holding your position because you got a good position, and it is okay that you give up some profits in an attempt to catch massive profits. So that's how my rules have set me up, and I follow my rules and not my feelings, because if we do break to the upside over here and I let my feelings get me out of the trade, well, I'm going to feel really, really crappy about that, right? And how many times have you guys been in that situation? Now, you guys may have different rules. You guys may have a rule like, you know what, I want to take some profits off my trade and leave the rest of my trade in case we do break up. Hey, that is one rule set. That is one trading strategy. And you can have multiple trading strategies as well, right? This time what I did was I sold calls against the 9750 horizontal line over here. And that's another way you could do it. There's so many different ways you guys can trade. And I want people to get out of the mindset of picking on other people and saying, hey man, I can't believe this guy's going long over here. Hey man, I can't believe this guy's going short over here. I'm seeing a little bit of that recently, and don't start pointing fingers at other people. No, I'm not trying to say that you guys are doing that to me, but I don't want you guys to do to each other either in the community. All right, just stay focused on your own trades, guys. Trade your own system and keep trying to improve. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about why I am still in my trade. You guys pretty much know why I took the trade, right? Daily 21 EMA, one of my favorite trades. And actually, let's go ahead and pull up the Mango ribbon right over here. favorite trade setup, day 21 EMA, daily Tenkin, as well as lining up with the higher time frames, right? This time around we had the 2-day 21 EMA lining up over there as well. We also had the daily 200 moving average, the 4-hour 200 EMA, a lot lining up over here. If you guys do remember, it was pretty much the same trade that we took right over here, right? It rode it all the way to 10,000. Where was this? Coming in at 8,350. Where was this trade? Coming in at 8,450. And now that I think about it, the trade that we took all the way in the previous run up all the way to 14,000, but that was more of an add-on, similar to this one over here, right? This is actually interesting. There's a lot of symmetry in this trade. So the trade that we took in this area over here got kicked out at the 8,000 level, 7,000ish, when we dumped into here, had to re-enter somewhere around here. And where was that? Around 8,250. Yeah, so 8,250, then 8,350, and now 8,450. So we're like legging up by $100 each time. Hey, perhaps 6 months later when Bitcoin dumps down, we'll be longing at 8,550, 8,650. Who knows, right? Yes, I just think that's a little bit funny. Yeah, so a lot of similarities in these trades, running up each time and seeing lower highs each time too, right? That's probably one of the reasons why I am uncomfortable. This could very well just be a lower high on the macro time frames. I'm referring to the weekly, referring to even we have resistance on the monthly as well. We'll talk about that very, very quickly. Now, here's a question. When am I going to be getting out of this trade? When can I say to myself, you know what, Sean, your rules are allowing you to get out of this trade? Well, I can make a decision on the 12-hour time frame or the daily time frame, one of the two. We either close a 12-hour underneath this horizontal over here, 9,300, or we take out this wick over here at around 9,100. So 9,300 close, a daily or a 12-hour close, or we take out this wick over here at 9,100ish. To be precise with you guys, it'll be around the low of 9,112 if you're looking at Bitstamp. Okay, so that's pretty much the deadline as to, or rather the line in the sand for me to get out of my trade. I will not be making I won't be exiting the trade unless we have some development on the chart and something else shows up. For now, we're just going sideways. We have our low over here on a wick basis at around 9,100 and on a candle closing basis 9,300. Staying in the trade, even if I'm uncomfortable, just stay in the trade. Guys, you need to be, as a trend trader, a lot of times you are very uncomfortable in your trade, very uncomfortable. You're going to see these drawdowns and you're like, oh, but that's what a trend is, guys. Trends move like this, right? And each leg down is discomfort. Each leg up is you going like, yes. So it's a lot of emotion. This is literally what they refer to as roller coaster ride, right? Being a trader. But people tend to refer to the notion of taking wins, taking losses, taking wins, taking losses. But as a trend trader, you're referring to the notion of the trade pulling back on you and then going for another high, pulling back on you, going for another high. That's what you're looking for, right? Lower highs, high lows and high highs. Yeah, and lower highs and lower lows too if you're on a downtrend. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about the higher time frame resistances. We'll start with the weekly. Actually, on the weekly, we do also have major support, and Bitcoin has been holding that support today. I do want to mention that. Basically, Krisha's call on the cloud may very well be right. We closed into the cloud earlier this week, right? The previous week closed into the cloud, and this week we've come and tested the bottom of the cloud twice now and bounced off it both times. And I was having a conversation with someone this morning who asked me, Ollie from the Mango Seed program asked me about support and resistance, and the more times that we test a support or resistance, does that mean that it is more likely to break? And I've talked to you guys about this before in the past. I've expressed my ideas on this, and essentially, to me, the first rule is that support or resistance is support and resistance until it is broken. That is the hierarchy rule, all right? That trumps everything else, okay? That trumps everything else. Until it is broken, you don't care how many times it's been tested. You can start getting prepared for a move if you see it getting tested more often, right? But you shouldn't be getting into a move just because, hey man, we've tested it 4 times, I'm getting into my position already. No, the first rule The first rule of thumb is support is support until it is broken, resistance is resistance until it's broken, right? The second rule, okay, that I like to ascribe to is that, hey, watch the reaction of the support and the resistance. I know a lot of people want to count. In my opinion, that is not a good way to do it. A good counter example to that is if you're looking at the 1 hour time frame and looking at the weekly resistance, we may have tested it on the 1 hour time frame on that weekly resistance around 10, 15, 20 times. But look at this weekly candle over here. It's only one test, right? Now, if we keep testing it like this over a period of few weeks, then you can count it each time, right? Even then, that's not enough for me. I want to see the reaction of each test. That's what matters to me. And if you guys want me to explain that in more detail, leave a comment down below and I will do it in the next video. But I've gone over this a few times with you guys already. For now, we do have weekly support right over here. Resistance, on the other hand, is somewhere multiple resistance lines. Of course, we have one right over here at around 10,188. If we do close a weekly candle right above 10,188, 10,200, then I'll be looking for further continuation, probably to this region over here at around 11,500. Another way we can do it, we don't need to have a candle close. We could simply take out this wick over here at around 10,515. We'll be making a new high in that regard. Initially, I would have been looking for this wick over here at 10,100, but the most recent action near these resistance lines over here has prompted me to be a little bit more cautious. Now, that doesn't mean that you guys can't make a decision off from this wick over here at around 10,100-ish. By all means, it is still a good trade to be looking for. In fact, I'll go ahead and be putting a horizontal right over there. However, I'm just being a little bit more cautious. Remember, I'm already in a trade. If we do break up, I'll be happy to watch this keep going higher and higher, but I don't want to be adding into my position and then ending up getting dumped on right over here and losing out on not just the profits I do have, but also just getting trapped. But yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. A candle close above the zone over here, or a wick above 10,477 on the weekly time frame. That's your resistance. Your support is right over here, actually lining up with these guys over here too. So we are in a tight range right now on the weekly time frame. 9,541 to the downside and 10,100 to the upside. If you're looking at candle closes, a wick above 10,480-ish will be good enough too for further continuation to the downside. A candle close underneath 9,541, and I'll be looking for a test of the Kijun over here at 8,550-ish. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about the monthly. The monthly is going to be very, very important moving forward. I want all of you guys to keep an eye on the macro picture, not get too stuck on the lower time frames. It is a classic way for a lot of new traders to lose their Bitcoin just when the market bull rally is about to start. So as you can see over here, we have the Kijun resistance sitting at around 10,000. To be exact, it is around, let's turn on our data window right over here, 9,932. If you guys do remember, this month over here, guys, leading into Feb, we were looking for that long all the way up to 10,300, right? But in the middle of the month, remember, go back and watch it on Feb 12th, Feb 15th. I said, guys, we are going to be keeping an eye on this Kijun resistance. It's going to be very, very key. Now, we may go ahead and live above it for a while. And in fact, we were looking at 10,400 because that was our weekly resistance. But that doesn't mean that we are going to close the month above there. The monthly resistance may step in at any time and we may close underneath. And what do you know? Not only did we close underneath that Kijun resistance over here at 10,300-ish, at 9,900, but we came down and closed onto the Tenkin. The Tenkin served as support. So this Tenkin and Kijun line on the monthly has done pretty well. And has given us good trades. The 21 EMA supporting us well. The Tenkin, Kijun, just playing off these ranges, using them as guides, and then taking trades on the lower time frames. And by lower time frames, it is relative to the monthly, guys. So lower time frames in this case would be your daily, your 3-day or 4-day, right? So, and that's what we've been doing, right? Losing the monthly 21 EMA is what got me really bearish. And that's when I was looking only for short trades. As soon as we took that back, I was looking for longs. Now we can't look for shorts on while Bitcoin is still putting in lower highs on the weekly, but we have to be very, very, very cautious of what the monthly is doing. Right now we are sitting against this monthly Kijun resistance again. All right, so no reason to get bullish just yet. If we can start closing monthly candles above the Kijun, all right, it's game on. Step one. Step two would be to see this TK cross, to see this Tenkin cross over the Kijun on a monthly basis, because guys, if you look back, right, that's when we had our last bull rally. Now, does it mean that we're going to do it again just because we did it before in the past? No, we want to see that confirmation, right? We want to see this Tenkin cross over the Kijun and price be above both of them. All right, not like this over here where we had Tenkin over the Kijun, all right, and price underneath both of them, and the 21 EMA proving support. This was, while this wasn't we had some really good moves off the 21 EMA, it was bearish, right? Lower highs, descending triangle against the 21 EMA and break to the downside. And this is an example, guys, of what I mean by the reaction of your support line. And over here your support line was your 21 EMA on the monthly basis, sitting around 6,000, that big 6K support. Okay, so what are we looking for here again? For quick recap, we're looking for the monthly to possibly close above the Kijun, and then we want to see the Tenkin cross over the Kijun. Now that's not going to happen anytime soon. We're looking at least a minimum of 2 months, guys. So what we want to start seeing is multiple monthly candle closes above the red Kijun and the blue Tenkin, and the 21 EMA start having a more aggressive angle towards the upside. Once we start seeing all of that, guys, that's when we can start going aggressive on the BTFD, right? If you guys know what I mean. Okay, so monthly we spoke about, weekly we spoke about. We can go ahead and talk about all the other lower time frames now. The 12-hour guys looking really good in my opinion. It makes it very hard to be bearish. It was looking good up until it seems like we've taken a down. So it depends on how this 12-hour closes in the next 51 seconds. We can watch it turn from red to green, the bulls or the bears. Who's going to win this? Either way, it's an indecision candle, right? If we close anything like this, which we are likely going to close, it's going to be an indecision candle. And yeah, as you can see, this is not the kind of trades you want to be taking on the lower time frame. And even as a trend trader, unless you entered over here, guys, somewhere on the lower time, sorry, on the lower range over here, you don't want to be looking for a trend trade over here. You just want to be waiting for a decision to be made and then taking your moves, right? Other than that, you can play the ranges. To the top side, we're looking at, there is something to be had over here. I was looking at the 6-hour time frame. I do believe is getting it really well. So we do have this resistance line right over here. Let me adjust that, and depends on what time frame you're looking at, but this is looking good, right? Ever since we broke past the 21 EMA and the Tenkin in this juncture over here, let me go ahead and mark it out for you guys. This area over here, you got your retest, drive up, tested it, and we're holding it since, right? Breaking up over here, retesting, that could lead to an explosive move. So I do want to keep a look on that. The 6-hour has been getting it really well. The 21 EMA and the Tenkin supporting it. Depends though, do we break this to the downside or do we come back down over here? If we do come back again and test the Kijun and lose the Kijun on the 6-hour time frame, then that's when I'll be a little bit more concerned, and I'll be looking towards this area over here, 8,500. Losing 8,500 to the downside will make me looking for those big moves and cascading downtrend. So let's take it one step at a time. But yeah, 6-hour has been getting it really well. The 12-hour time frame too, 21 EMA and the 10 SMA has been getting supported the entire time. As you can see, we've not lost a 10 SMA at all. We may come and test it one more time again, 9,562, which no, is that the bottom of the cloud? The bottom of the cloud is, let's go ahead and look. Yeah, it is exactly. So yeah, the 12-hour 10 SMA lining up very well with the bottom of the cloud, 9,580-ish. So let's pull that up again. This has been, in a way, you could say that this is trending, right? You're making high lows. You just made a higher high over here as well, but not seeing that follow through. So that is showing a sign of weakness. And this is why I am not feeling like we're going to break to the upside, but I'm in the trade anyways, right? I'm uncomfortably in the trade, and that's fine. Like a lot of times I'm uncomfortable about my position, but I stick with it anyways, and I just see it through. I just see it through, and if I have to get out of the trade, I will get out of the trade. I try to be as emotionless as possible. I try not to internalize my my trades. Like people, what they do is they internalize their trades, in that if they win a trade, they feel like they did something great. If they lose a trade, they feel bad that they are doing something wrong. No, guys, you can't do that. You cannot do that. If you're losing a trade by following a system, it doesn't mean you took a bad trade. You just took the trade. It did not work out. You took a nice probability trade that in the long run will work out, but this time it didn't, right? You didn't do anything bad, you didn't do anything good. And similarly, when you take a good trade and it works out in your favor, you shouldn't get too excited and get too egotistic and feel like you're a genius. No, you have what has really happened. The genius part of your trade was you just taking on the trade and following your system. You putting on that system together, you finding out what works and controlling your emotions and waiting for the trade to show up and then taking on the trade. That was the genius part. That was the part that needs to be commended. So it wasn't your genius in figuring out, oh man, that was a really good trade. You already figured that out a while ago. You have all your trade setups like months in advance, right? Don't get too cocky, don't get too egotistic. It happens to all of us, especially me. When I look at my trading journal, when I look at my track record, I've noticed that when I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins right in a row, and this happens to all of us where we are just on a winning streak, the 7th win, the 7th trade is a horrible trade. I just get blinded to all the red flags, and I am more afraid of going on a winning streak than I am on a losing streak, right? Because when I'm going on a losing streak, what I tend to do, and this is another good tip for you guys, is reduce your position size. Keep cutting your position size as you start going into losing streak. Because what are you doing in that case? You are essentially reducing the chance that you get an account wipe each time you're taking on the next trade, right? Because if each time you lose, you're losing less and less and less and less until you turn that losing streak into a winning streak and things start going your way again, right? So this is one of the things that you can do. But when I'm winning and I'm going on a winning streak, I tend to do the opposite, right? I'll increase my position size, increase my position size, increase my position size. And I don't want to be doing that on my 7th trade, my 7th increase of my position size. Ooh, ouch. That has hurt me in the past, guys. And yeah, so what I've done now is when I get to around my 5th win or something like that, I tend to just walk away. Take a break from trading, and then come back and I start all over again, right? Like it's a fresh setup. So I try to counter myself that way. What I try to do, and you guys have been noticing this recently, is try and pinpoint my weaknesses and counter them in some way or form. Initially, it is more by just trying to avoid the situation, and then I try to sneak in, trying to improve on the situation. That's my method. First, avoidance of the situation completely, because that's our advantage as traders, right? We can pick the battles we want. We can pick the problems we want. It's not like high school or university where you show up to your exam and then the teacher gives you your exam sheet and you have to solve every question. No, you don't. If it looks hard, guys, just don't freaking solve it. Don't solve it, just walk away. And yeah, you get full marks for walking away, right? How awesome is that? A+ for walking away, right? You don't want to be losing don't want to be taking a trade, which is a hard situation, or you don't want to be solving a hard math problem when all you have is to lose everything. Just yeah, you guys know what I mean. I'll stop rambling now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Did I ramble too much? Did we talk about everything we want? Ooh, this is a mess. Let me just right click, remove all drawings, and there we go. Good as new. So yeah, I do think we are likely going to come and test the 10 SMA. Maybe the 21 EMA too, 9,418. Taking out this wick over here is when I actually look for further downside, or closing underneath the 21 EMA would actually do it on the 12-hour time frame. It may actually line up with us closing underneath this horizontal as well. On the daily time frame, where's the 21 EMA coming in at? Ooh, the 10 SMA coming in right. This is another good sign that you do not want to be getting into any trend trades when the 10 SMA starts flatlining like this, right? Just simply going sideways. And yeah, the 21 EMA though still looking strong. So this was the trade to be had when we came onto the 21 EMA, tested it once, twice, 3 times, had a lot of opportunity to grind it to be accumulating a position over there, guys. Looked very, very similar to what we were doing over here, right? I talked about it multiple times now. I know I'm harping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we start trending to the upside. Over here, we saw the momentum push. We took out these highs over here. This time around, we're not doing that, right? We're not trending. We had 1, 2, 3. Actually, we didn't do too bad, but not seeing that explosiveness that I was seeing back then. And it's one of the reasons why I even mentioned to Krisha that, hey, just because this area over here looked a lot like that area doesn't mean I look for continuation the same way. Once we start breaking this horizontal over here at around 10,100 on a daily basis, or we start taking out these highs over here at 10,500, that's when I get really, really excited. But don't want to be getting excited just yet. And ideally, you don't want to be getting excited at all. But hey, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? Okay, so again, is there anything else I want? Oh yeah, we've talked about Chainlink, guys. Talk about, oh, everything's red. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour time frame. Is it coming down? Is it coming down? Yes, it is. And to support over here, though, 21 EMA 10 speed. This is also choppy. Be careful, guys. Try not to get caught in all of this mess. As tempted as it may be to take trades over here, try to avoid it. The time to be taking trades was here, and possibly even over here on the first drive to the 10,000 region. This time around, actually, yeah, if you guys do want to be taking range trades, I'd be looking at this and this and yeah, I'll be looking at this range over here. Yes, it's not the cleanest, but zoom out and essentially short around here, long around here, short around here, long around here. We may very well just simply be, oopsies, doing something like this, right? We could just do this forever till the end of time, guys, till the end of time. Now let's go ahead and look at Link. We'll start with Link USD because that's what everybody loves, and Link is pretty much going sideways too, I reckon. I am not in any Link trade anymore, so I've not been watching Link at all. I've been trying to avoid watching the charts completely as much as I can, and been working on my readings. Link USD, look at this, actually looks so freaking choppy. This is actually, I would not want to touch this until it makes a decision. I would not want to touch this. You can look at the weekly time frame, guys, but look, this is not looking as beautiful as it usually does, right? Wick to the upside, wick to the downside. Your Tenkin was your buy. Let's go ahead and look at the 3-day time frame. 10 SMA holding well, 21 EMA holding well. Not bad actually if you're looking at the 3-day. This is not the best look though. If you do start closing 3-day candles above $3 and let's say $4, you start closing 3-day candles around the $3.95 or $4 mark, I will be looking for a move to around $4.70. On the flip side, if you start closing underneath $3.24, I'll be looking further down towards this region over here, somewhere around here, around $2.40. This is the 3-day time frame though. Bitcoin coming down, no, not really. Link BTC is what I'll be interested in watching though for trading opportunities. And on the 3-day time frame, holding against the Kijun, this likely is the bottom of the cloud, if I do remember. 10 SMA as well, 10K, 21 EMA, a lot of resistance over there. So breaking into the cloud, and if we start living somewhere around here, guys, that's going to be a good look. A move at least back to around the Kijun at around 42,846 Satoshi. Cloud has flipped red again, not a good look. We do not want to be losing this low over here at 36,676 Satoshi. Remember, we've been looking at this weekly trend line. It's beautiful. We don't want to be losing that. It's coming in and testing it right now. Actually, do I want to be taking a trade here? Maybe I wait a little bit. Not too interested right now because I am exposed on Bitcoin already. I don't want to be trading Chainlink against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I don't know. I do have some exposure already. I don't want to be I have to think about this. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, if you guys want me to cover a certain coin like Ethereum or maybe Litecoin, maybe XRP, maybe XTZ, you let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Sean Dexter. Throw it a like, throw it a subscribe. Oh, and yeah, I'll be pushing out the new update for the Mango Ribbon very, very soon, probably tonight. So stay tuned for that as well. See you in the next video.